Suits me, she asks. I say, yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife, I can't deny that. She says, it is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once again. She says, would you like to hold it? I say, sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. She knows how to pass sharp objects. I take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Does Amazon exist in this world? Curious of its sharpness... the fuck is wrong with my character? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow, I say. She says, Snake! Why did you do that, you fucking idiot? I said, I didn't expect it to be sharp, the knife. I didn't expect the knife to be sharp. I barely touched the sharp knife at all, and it hurt me for some reason. She says, it's my fault. I should have known better. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. She says, oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. Ah, she says. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. I say, if you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. I say, ah, without... Yep, that I knew... Yep. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. Feel her tongue curl around my finger. Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back because, yeah. She says, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. I say, Yuri. She continues, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. Okay, Frosty, I'll ignore what everyone said for the last few minutes. Yuri says, how could I do something like that? I'm sorry. I say, sure, it was really weird. And it really took me by surprise. But I guess she was just trying to help, right? I say, Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. Unless you're a vampire. She says, she doesn't even lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? I say, alright, you know what? Oh, he's... I'm about to lick her finger or something, aren't I? I take Yuri's hand... Yep, I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return. She says, Snake, did you really just do that? I say, no, we're even. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. I laugh. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. She says, you're so weird, Snake. Yuri giggles shyly. Eh? I say. Yuri calling me weird? I have no response to that. I really don't. Where do you keep your bandages? She asks. I say, I don't think I need one, actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, it already stopped bleeding. I see, she says. That's relieving. I guess me licking it helped. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper and avoid the knife. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected and will be very effective as a door curtain. I say it looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. She says, thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task? I say, yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? She says, I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. That's right, I say. One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. She says we'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? I say, of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much, she says. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups too much, it will be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decide to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. Bathroom cups. Put them on a plate to catch any of the paint that drips, then bring it back into my room. Oh, that's smart, actually. Yuri, I ask. Yes, she says. I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. I say, nothing. I say, your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything? She says, no, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, she says, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner. Starting with the colors for sunrise, then daytime, then cat, then sunset, and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat, I say. That's not... God damn it. What are you going to write? She says, well, it will be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. I say, if you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. I say, this kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like the art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing. She says, I'm sorry if this feels too childish. I say, no, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? She says, yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple like reading, it doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. I say, is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. Fucking hell, Frosty. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I say, I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you'd understand. You, of all people. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Kia, she says. I say, sorry. Yuri reels back and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? I ask. She says, no, I'm not hurt. It just startled me, that's all. Because you fucking headbutt me. She says, sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. I say, it's not your fault. Ah, your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Wow. Good job, me. She says, is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch a small towel, then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back down in front of her. Oh, scene change. Or, perspective change. Here, I say. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Ah, she says. I say, is something wrong? She says it's hot and I just didn't expect it. I say, sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand. But Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait, she says. Eh? She says, just for a little longer. It feels really nice. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist send a tingling sensation through my arm. And suddenly, her face seems to be much closer than mine than it was just a moment ago. Ah, she says. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry, she says. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine, I say. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up the brush again. But her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. And yes, Abyssal, I did, the landing was a hoax. I did notice that. I say, that should do it. I finish filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's pretty straight. Wow, that's not what it says. It's very pretty and natural looking. Yuri says, I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. I say, yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? She says, ah, not yet. It needs to dry first. I say that's true, but won't that take a while? She says, well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here, then have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? I say, that's totally fine, and I won't fuck it up. But I will, though. She says, wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Phew, I say. She laughs. You say that like it's... You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? I say, no, it's not that. I'm just glad we managed to get everything done. She says, I see. I am too. Yuri says, I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. I say, ah, so you don't have any time left. I was secretly hoping that we'd have extra time left after finishing the work. She says, well... Yuri thinks to herself. I think it would be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well. I say, it's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. She says, no, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is that we got everything done, right? I say, yeah. So, she says, I shouldn't be disappointed, or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounds like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out the front door. She says, thank you very much for having me today. I say, no problem. I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. She says, I will. Well then, Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, I say. Kind of say that without thinking. About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted, because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over, or we can go out somewhere. Ah, I forgot you didn't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so... Yuri says, you're very thoughtful, Snake. Yuri takes a step closer to me and then briefly squeezes my hand. Whoa! I kind of like that about you. Well, I say, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get a chance to, as Yuri suddenly pulls back. Oh. Yuri says, Sayori? Eh? I say. Sayori says, ah, hi, Snake. I say, Sayori? Just now, we weren't... Sayori giggles. It's okay, Snake. I just stopped by to say hi. Yuri says, well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Sayori says, aw, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Sayori says, of course. Sayori beams. Yuri says, yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. I say, Sayori, I thought that you didn't want to come over today. Sayori laughs and says, well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. So I had to come over here and see it for myself. See what? I ask. What are you talking about? You know, she says, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Snake? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much easier if I could just disappear. I say, Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Snake. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica, I ask? Monica was right about what? Sayori. What I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But, she says. Sayori looks away. Put her hand on her shoulder to reassure her. She says, I'm scared, Snake. I'm really scared. I ask, what are you scared of, Sayori? She says, I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. I ask, Sayori. She says, it's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Snake, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And I say, that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. I say, even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give you. Whoa! I'm even given a choice on this? That's weird. So choice 1 is I love you, and choice 2 is you'll always be my dearest friend. God, I feel like the second one's gonna be a goddamn death sentence. Well, I'm gonna save here. Oh. I'm not doing 1. I can't lie to her. That's not gonna happen. Like, that might even hurt her more. That even might... Telling the person that says, the more people care for me, the more I hurt because I think you're wasting your energy on me and that makes me sad. Telling that person that we like them so much would imply to them that we're wasting so much energy on them. Even if I was doing her route, I don't know if that's the right choice. We're doing the route we're doing. I say, you'll always be my dearest friend. What you need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monica told me the truth. She told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now, but please trust me that I know what's best, and what will make you happy in the end. I promise I'll help get things back to the way they were. She says, I see. Sayori forces a smile through an incredibly pained expression. She laughs. Is this what it feels like, to get stabbed in the chest? Vote now on your phones. She says, I should have read a poem about this. I say, Sayori. She says it's okay. This is just my punishment, remember? For being so selfish. So please don't worry about these stupid feelings. I know you're right. I knew this whole time that there's no happiness down that path. That's why I came here, just so I could get the answer I needed to hear. And the other thing, you're also right that I just want it to go back to the way it was. I realize that now. You really do know me better than anyone, Snake. I'll trust you with anything. Anything at all. So, her smile finally breaks. All of a sudden, she turns around and drops to her knees. And screams. Clutching her head with both hands, she screams as loudly as she can. I'm so shocked that I don't know how to react. Sayori looks over her shoulder and flashes me one more weak smile before turning around and running off. Sayori, I say. I'm left helplessly standing in the front of my house. Why am I feeling so horrible about this? There's nothing more that I could have done. The most I can do is support Sayori through her feelings and help her on the path that's right. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her. I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. I'm going to give it everything I've got. Sayori will always be my dearest friend. And I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day. Except talk to an adult about, my friend's having some problems, but I'm not going to tell anybody about it. Smart man. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. I'm just going to take a second to get a drink. I've been trying to sneak drinks in here and there, but it's a little awkward. Okay, Monica says, Snake, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. I say, that's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. So I guess we do get an entire classroom to ourselves. They must be the one she prepared that has all the poems we were performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So, that's the one I'll be performing. She says, I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. I say, yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You think that on days that's important she'd try a little harder. I can't believe I didn't go fucking wake her up. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And suddenly I feel awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her, because I'm an idiot. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. Yes! The answer's yes. Monica laughs. You should take a little responsibility for her, Snake. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, didn't you? Or, hanging this morning, you know? I say, exchange? Monica, you know about that? She says, of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But, I say, I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession? That makes me really seem like the bad guy here. How dare I have my own preferences and tastes? But I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? I say, geez. You don't know the full story at all, so... She says, don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. This girl. Eh? I say. Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Oh god, I hope this is a Groundhog Day type of fucking thing. Monica says, hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. I say, yeah, sure. I grab one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. I say, oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. I say, yeah, I thought so too. I flip through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. Monica knows all. She is ascended. She is Satan. Or, yeah. Sorry, Frosty, it's not that kind of visual novel. I recognize Natsuki and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I say. I flip to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one I haven't read before. Alright, this one is labeled percentage. And it goes, get out of my head. And get out of my head times like 30? And then it ends with get out of, change of pace. Get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. I say, ah, what is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Monica says, Snake, what's wrong? I say, ah, no, it's not nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori has written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so... Monica says, ah, well, alright. How close are we to the school? She says, try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Monica says, don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. Wouldn't Monica have seen that? Why isn't she concerned? What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help wake her up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and that's what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sayori, I call. She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori, I ask. Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter a room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Oh. Ooh. Oh, that makes me feel pretty bad. That's strange. An exception. Whoa. See traceback.txt for details. What the fuck? What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know it's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession. That has to be what pushed her over the edge. Didn't help. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I had just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and gave her what I know she wanted out of our relationship, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I only had one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 End. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. So she's mixed between the existing character. There's no more Sayori over here. I want to see what this does. Oh. I don't know how to pronounce that. Let's see, an annoying girl running toward me from the distance. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but just kind of works out. We've seen all this. However, I just sigh and idle up in front of the crosswalk and let... Oh, that's super fucking weird. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking each other to school. Meanwhile, I have always walked to school alone. The school day is as ordinary as ever. Clubs, I say. Question mark, question mark, question mark says Snake. I say Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? I say, yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Did we talk to her first here? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? I don't think we've had this conversation. Or markers. Say, I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? She says she laughs about that. I actually quit the debate club. Really, you quit? She says yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I feel like she's said this before. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. I say, in that case, what club did you decide to join? She says, actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. I say, literature? That sounds kind of dull. I say, how many members do you have so far? She says, and laughs. It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. Really? It's really hard to find new members for something like that sounds so boring. I say, well, I can see that. She says, but it's not really boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. I say, wait, really? She says, yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. Besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? She says, hey, Snake. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I say, I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? I say, well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? I say, sure, I guess I could check this out. Ah, awesome. You're really sweet, Snake, you know that? I say, it's nothing, really. She says, shall we go, then? I'll look for the material some other time. You're more important. Alright, I want to do a quick save. Oh. Oh, they erased all my saves. I was thinking about saving and loading to see what would happen, but they already kind of they took care of that for me, didn't they? How far back can I go? Not that far back. Well, now I know that I'm not, yeah. I'm on a path. I can't go back. There's no going back now. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. There was a similar phrase about selling my soul. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. That also seems... Wasn't that a Sayori trait? Didn't Sayori swing on the door? She says, I'm back, and I brought a guest with me.